Hello and welcome back to our WoW series. It's just basically us playing out with our character, having her go through her life as who she is. If you didn't know, we have our little breakdown of her history, description that goes on, what she's currently doing, eye color, the fact that she's a green Prodrake. Then we have her birthplace, being where the Prodrakes for the green styles are usually found. And then you have a very long history. Very long history. But it works out. Right now, our tongue is always going to be set to Thalassian, and the main reason behind that, if you guys didn't know, is actually because of her friend. So the language she would have learned would have just been the High Elf language. She would have never learned anything else. That aside, though, we are leveling our character. More RP stuff usually comes when your character starts going up higher in level. When at low levels, you can meet people, but generally people won't be so active when it comes to it. There's cool stuff you can do. Saluting the guards in this area usually does get them saluting back. But yeah, so we're going to be doing everything like I was showing in the last episode. We're basically going across this road here. As we do so, we'll be killing the Hungerers and Gangled for the cannibals. As we cut through that, we're going to enter into this section where we're going to start killing maybe some sentinel spies, kill some spiders, getting that supply rate, because that's going to be pretty cool. This is one of the cool things. If you ever go to the village and you don't see there's like a trade guy there, he might actually have a quest for you to get his supplies. When you get those supplies and you come back, he now has the items for you, and it's usually pretty good items. Usually. So we'll kill ourselves a nice chunk of people here to play coast, get some of that stuff set up for us. Then we'll come back down this way, kill these guys if there's any more spiders for us to deal with. Come up again here, finish off this quest like here, because we'll be avoiding the two elites, because there's going to be one here and I think one that goes up and down this way. And we'll kill those guys, come back up, and deal with that. When we hit level 15 is a moment we'll instantly queue ourselves into doing a dungeon. Now, as I was saying, we're just going this way. When you hit 20 is when you get your first mount. I have the ability to have like a different selection of mounts. Of course, because I played this game. I don't have a lot of mounts, but I do have a different version of it. When it comes to flying mounts, though, our character will not be using any other flying mount besides, well, herself. So it'll be her quote-unquote form, which is, of course, restricted WoW-wise. We don't necessarily have the exact, like, this is what she looks like. You can't play like that. But, for RP's sake, it's what she looks like. So we are going to, like I said, we're going to be focusing on killing these guys, which that was a pretty intense aim shot. There actually is a quest where you can grind to kind of like get hearts, but if you do this right, you don't have to. Grinding really, if it's done right for this area, you don't usually have to grind too much. Now if it was another place, that'd be totally different. In most places, like, so when you start hitting that end game level stuff, as you get to that point, that's where most of the stuff's going to be a little harder. So the problem with this area is the ambush zone. If I'm Mirror 2, the big guy kind of walks through here too. So what we're going to do is we have to watch carefully and make sure we don't get ambushed by these guys. We're high enough a level that they're not too much of a threat, but there's a lot of them. Not just one of them, a lot of them. So you kind of want to kill yourself through this pack, because if you don't, it becomes really hard to get those supplies. And like I said, our main goal is not to just die. Dying in the real world is bad, and I say real world in terms of the non-dungeon world. We'll probably not die in the dungeons for a bit because of the way I play. But we'll probably land up having, there we go, there's one. We'll probably end up having to, start taking down, like, our pets. Which means we will have to keep an eye out for a good pet for ourselves. I generally like keeping spiders as my pet. But, that's not always the case. So we got that done. Woot for us. Now we gotta kill some spiders. And keep an eye out for a certain gigantic behemoth guy. But before we do that, we're going to head up this path here, Because that should be, yeah, the Night Elf place, where we're going to start killing Sentinels. They do have some pretty cool stuff on them usually. It's not the greatest drops in the world, but they do have some cool drops. We kind of want to get those drops. I mean, I personally, well, the dragon and myself, we usually, the dragons will be neutral, so we're not really doing much in terms of like anything else. We're not sitting there being like, oh, we're killing you because we hate you. More of like, why are you here type thing. Technically, we probably shouldn't even do this quest. We could just skip it, but I want to get that extra, you know, experience as such. But for all sakes and purposes, RP-wise, she would never actually do this quest. Because, well, one, she wouldn't understand why they would do that. And two, in her mind, there's no reason to. She'd probably be more interested in talking to him than anything else. Well, trying to. Since she can't speak Darnassian, she's not going to be able to talk to him anyways. They do drop a mail, if I remember correctly. Which is pretty good. I just don't remember which type of mail it was, but they drop mail. Oh, there's one right there. And I think there's even a rare, if no one, is that it? No, it's just normal leaders. I know the high elves and night elves tend to have funny moments all the time, like in Ashenvale, they have their little camps because they're like investigating it. Because I mean, I think some of them, well, the older ones, actually remember being alive during that time. So when they were night elves. Because the whole thing is the Sunwell is what changed them. And when the Sunwell was taken away, kind of had a huge effect on them. Makes sense though, being they're very magic-based creatures. So what we look for is we're looking for like this one with two huge swords. I don't know if they have them anymore. I mean, it's a rare spawn. And back before where rare spawns were a dime a dozen, it was like intense. Just looking for them was a hell of a time. Because they were just slightly different than the other ones. So let's see if she's anywhere around. It was kind of like the time lost pro Drake type thing. Not as bad, but just finding them wasn't always a guarantee. You wouldn't just like pass by a place and be like, yeah, they'll spawn right here. It was like, you had to know where they would be, and then you have to hope no one else killed them. But it's fine, at the end of the world. Alright, so there's a spider. Should be fine going down this way. There we go. Yeah, so the first big abomination comes down this side over here. So we're not gonna, you know, go through that. Technically, the spider legs should come from any spider. So it shouldn't be that bad. When it comes to taming pets, so yeah, when it comes to taming pets, you gotta keep in mind what your class is too. Like, for example, a Beastmaster can basically tame anything, right? But a marksman or a survivalist, they can't necessarily tame anything. They have to stay within the more common tames. It makes it a little harder for them. Just gotta keep an eye out. This is where Do we have the quest for this section? We do. Cool. So he crosses this bridge usually. I don't know if he's even... Well, there was that huge... That's 109 paladins, so... Are they still weird? Yeah, they're still weird. These are the funny ones. These were like the models for elves for a while. What we do here is basically kill them. Or you're just not gonna die. So at least that's just like a standard kill quest. Sorry, I'm looking around to see if there's any like ghosts about. Like what's up, what's happening. There's like summoning circles. Hey bro, what's up? But yeah, they use the night elf ones for. I believe the reason why they use the night elf ones for this is because it's supposed to be the first guys. I think that's what it was. So the ones before they became full-fledged. It's okay, friends. It's okay. Journeyman pants. It's a great cloth. Great cloth. And I think you get Ragefire Chasm, and you get what would be the other one? I can always check. Don't need you. I need you though. Or maybe I'm thinking of the wrong town. Probably thinking of the wrong town. It's probably this one down here. So we're gonna go to the coast. Because we're cool like that. And then move our way down from there. Like I say, if I see any like pets, I might do a pet battle because why not? I'm trying to think of like, so the pets are probably gonna be all pretty much normal little pets. There's a night elf boat over there. Well, a ship. There's a spider. Yeah, like I said, technically with spiders, it's just any of them will do. I don't know why they're always like, you gotta take these ones. I'm just like, pretty sure any of them work. Alright, Murlocs. The pain in the butts. They're awesome little dudes, but they're pain. Ow. My, like, heart. Good thing I don't need that to live. Okay, what's this? Spirit crab. Let's go. Oh, you're undead. Tentacle slap. That's funny. You can probably survive a few of those. Or not. And let's Let's go to Loss of Oberon. And then do, let's see. I love how we're supposed to move first and he's moving before us. If he was like a blue, I'd probably catch him. But he's not, so he dies. I know he comes back to life, but he still heals me. It's cool part with the undead that I always like is that if they die, they basically come back. And he go level up, maybe. Oh, close to it. Gotta heal our dudes. Alright. Gotta get some spines. Gotta watch what comes with them. So the areas you're gonna most likely die is right here. The Murlocs usually travel in packs. And so when it comes to hunting them, through my heart, it is hard as hell. There's a there. There we go, we got one. Hey, there's an axe, cool. Let's equip it and take it off. Remember what I have on? It is, yeah. We're going up, guys, we're going up. Yeah, for me it's always been about more like, so I'll equip stuff just for the look sometimes. Other times I'll just, I won't, because I know. But that was a giant crab. I'll go grab that too. It's funny to see the difference in just the place between these two zones. Hello, giant crab. Sometimes it has gold in there. Like, it would literally just cross from here to there and is like, bam. Everything's perfect. I don't really use the stun on these guys because they patrol around a lot. The other ones will. And so you have that chance to use a stun on them. You're going to basically land up pulling a lot at once. But there's only one, it's not so bad. There's another crab we can fight. Like I said, basically for me, if it's blue, then I'm interested. There we go. But when it's just like that, it's like, eh. So blue usually means that your stats are going to be higher. So if you have a blue character, it'll always be higher. Oh, this is my dark one, that's why. I was like, why is it low? Because he's not blue. I have a blue one. I will change him out in a second. Bring her and just kill her one. Agony. How are you faster than her? That's kind of funny. How do you have 3,000 speed? I say. She's an overtime style. Excuse me, overtime style character. So can we stun them? Gotta hit you once, buddy. Use Love Struck. Doesn't really matter. Agony. And then Love Struck. Huh. That's fine. Everything I have will basically strike you with, yeah. Well, if you live another 7 turns, buddy, you'll explode with death again. And there we go. Rain dance, that's cool. But yeah, totally didn't realize that you were a low level 1. So, let's see. We need one that's like a level 6. Oh yeah, you are. I forgot about that. There. Alright. So, we'll leave it off there for today after our 2 epic little pet battles and hunting the Murlocs. And so, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed it so far. If you did, feel free to leave a like. See you later.